fucking go!
Let's fucking go.
The flashlight in my hand, I'm ready to shine, brighter than the sun, lighting up the night. 5,000 lumens, dancing in the cold. Neil's Gadgets custom glow, never getting old. Like a drug-fueled wave, I'm high on this light. Magic in my palm, a spectacle so bright. The power in my hands, punching through the dark. Insane throw, reaching for the stars. Lights, lights, shining so bright. In the palm of my hand, the mesmerizing sight. Glowing like a child, fun in every way. Thanks to Neil's Gadgets, I glow night and day.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Madhouse. Oh, yeah. Yeah, this thing is a little bit crazy. It's a little bit insane. But the first thing I want to get out of the way right now, for about $90 in its stock form, not this customized form, you've got a mega powerhouse in your pocket. Right now, this is my top favorite go-to tactical style light. It does absolutely everything. It's stupidly bright, it's got ridiculously easy UI, and it's got a mechanical, foolproof lockout. And it is, oh my, I can't even tell you how bright this is. It's ridiculous. It also throws far while still maintaining a huge flood around you. You could be walking up your street to your house. This thing is going to light up your entire pathway, your driveway, and the front of your house. And then you throw it into lumen shield mode, and you're lighting up a ridiculous amount past that. It is crazy. Now, I wanted to go as pimp as possible, so I got this customized glow model from Neil's Gadgets. This was a pre-order that he had going on, and I knew that I wanted a Nitecore EDC 35, and when I saw the pictures of it glowing, which I'll do again right here, when I saw that, I was like, yeah, I kind of have to have that. That's wicked and cool. But I don't like how it looks in the light. When you're looking at all this white and then the green stripes, and I'm not a fan of how it looks in the daylight. But it is a super fun party trick to show all that glow. And same thing here for this Emelent that I haven't done a review on yet, but I'll be doing soon. Now, the reason I've come to love Nitecore is because a friend of mine gave me this light as a gift, the EDC 27. And I like flat body lights. I think they're super cool. It's a great new, I don't want to say fad because I hope it sticks around for a long time because it is so much easier to carry a flat body knife than a knife that's, I keep wanting to say knife, I apologize. A flat body light than it is to carry around a light with over an inch diameter. So once I found this, yeah, I fell in love. And I loved having this OLED display, which lets you know what mode you're in, how many lumens you're throwing, and how long you could rely on it to run for. But I wasn't crazy about the fact that the lockout, the electronic lockout, isn't really all that great. And you could still accidentally fire this while it's in your pocket. And this is 3,000 lumens. It gets hot. It will burn the hell out of you and burn the material that it's surrounded by. With this light, I have a positive mechanical lockout. And if you're thinking to yourself, well, I'm never going to see that lockout when it's dark out, so what good does it do? You index it. It's indexed opposite the pocket clip. Now, if you're not using the pocket clip, it's going to be a little bit trickier. You're going to have to feel around for it. And then you know up, you can't do anything. It is completely locked out. And down, you have access to everything. Another neat little trick is the hidden USB-C under this twist cap, which has quite a bit of tension to it. And that's what helps it maintain its IP68 rating. The construction of this light in its stock form is superb. You've got T6 7075 hard anodized aluminum. It's super tough. The bezel is made of steel, so it can take a few head down drops, and you don't have to worry about dinging and denting up aluminum. It's really rugged. It's really well made. But the most important thing to me is the UI. Okay, so I have it unlocked. Here's how you use it. I'm telling you, it could not be any simpler. Click for on. Click for off. Everybody following me? Okay. Now you've got it on. You half click to step through the different modes. You have indicator lights that when it's charging, lets you know when it's going to be full. And when you're running the light, it'll let you know the depletion amount of the battery. Okay, now, whether the light is on or off, you have two more awesome options. I'm going to lay this down right here. I'm going to flip the coin because we're going to start the back half of this review right now. All right, terrible jokes aside, you've got a couple of different modes. You have the search spotlight mode, and then you have what they call lumen shield. And this is why I love this light more than any other full-size tactical style light that I've got. Because I can be running it in whatever mode. When I half press, I get 3,000 lumens, a defined hotspot, and a really well-lit spill. And then if I'm holding it there, all I do is go from that half press and hold to full click and hold. Full click and hold gives me 5,000 lumens. And again, and I can't stress this enough, you're not only lighting up everything around you like it's a football stadium, but you're throwing. Guys, you are throwing with 62,500 candela out to 601 yards. This is not a joke. Is it the most substantial thrower on the market? No. Is it substantial for also having a tremendous amount of flood? Yes. Why? Because you've got 9 LEDs in here. And it's a little hard to see. So if I do this and I get into my super low mode, maybe my camera can tolerate that. And not really. So what I'm going to end up doing is just trying to take a really good picture of that and throw it in the beginning of the video, and then I'll drop it in here as well. You've got it looks like this should be a single emitter flashlight, but it's not. They're tricking you, man. It's just a trick. You got a whole bunch of LEDs, and they're giving you everything that you could have ever wanted in one light. Pretty awesome. Let's go through the specs really quick. T6 7075 hard anodized aluminum. The length is 4.89 inches. The head diameter is 1.25 inches. The body diameter is 1.02 inches. You have a steel bezel. The weight, it's substantial. It's 6.28 ounces. It is pretty substantial. And you've got a built-in 6,000 milliamp hour battery. It's a 21700 size. And there's your pros and cons. Pro, because it is super easy to charge the bad boy up. And con, because you know at some point, all rechargeable batteries die. And when it's a battery it's built into a light, that means the light might be trashed. Now, I'm going to be honest with you, with it just being basically a 21700 battery, I'm not going to do it right now, but I think at the point of desperation, when it finally dies a few years from now, I'm going to be able to open this up, and I'm going to pull that battery out. I'm going to what do you call that? Unwiring? Dewiring? I don't know. I'm going to unhook the friggin' wires and I'm going to try to fix it myself, unless they just keep producing these for, the next decade or so. And, I can afford to spend another $90. I don't want to when I could buy a $15 battery. So there's always that downside on a built-in battery. So no light can ever be perfect if it has a built-in battery, but this is as close to perfect as I think that you can get. You got 5,000 lumens at easy access. It does have memory, so if you know that this medium mode is what you want this light to come on at all times, it's going to remember that. When I turn it back on, it's going to go right back to it. If you know that you want the super low mode always, because maybe the most often that you use your flashlight is you're coming upstairs and you're trying to sneak into the bedroom late, you don't want to wake the wifey up. Now I can hit that, and I've got the ultra super low mode, and I'm just going to light the immediate area I need to light without waking her up. That's pretty cool. That's why I like having memory sometimes. And there is a proximity sensor. Yeah, it was cutting out as I was moving away because it was immediately very, very hot. So what it does is it will drop down to a safer level, so it's not producing that much heat, so that you're not likely to burn up something as easily. As mentioned before, it's got 62,500 candela with 601. Oh, okay. Does not tail stand. Yeah, no, definitely does not tail stand. I just learned that the hard way, didn't I? Get back over here. Don't ruin my lights. All right. Fine. Is it cooled off enough yet? Okay. Cools off pretty fast, by the way. Dissipates the heat very, very well. Where was I? Talked about the twist ring, IP68 rating, and the indicator light. So I pretty much covered all that. What comes in the box? You get the pocket clip, which you're going to have to throw on yourself. I do believe. Mine came with it on there because, again, Neil's Gadgets did all this glowy stuff that was already on there. You get a really nice lanyard, and you get the USB-C cable. Plus, you're also going to get a ridiculous oversized belt holster for it, so that you can carry it on your belt like a super cool guy. Let's talk about the modes and the runtime. The Lumen Shield, that full 5,000 lumens, they don't give a rating on. They don't tell you what the runtime is. I think it was around 30 seconds when I was playing with it outside. Same for the 3,000 lumen Spotlight. Doesn't last tremendously long, but treat it like a turbo. However, I did notice you can let off and go right back to it. Goes right back on. The high of 1,300 lumens, 4 hours and 45 minutes. That's respectable. The mid is 300 lumens, which is going to be pretty much what you're going to use walking around in a field or something at night. That's going to give you more than ample light. 9 hours and 15 minutes. Low is 70 lumens, good for around the house, inside the house. And the ultra low is 5 lumens. Now, typically on a moonlight, I want 1 lumen or a half a lumen. However, that's for a more EDC style light. For a tactical light, one that I'm less likely to use walking around inside my house, then I think 5 lumens is perfectly acceptable, and that's going to run for 90 hours. Actually, I think it's 91 hours if I'm not mistaken. So good long run times out of it. As I said, this is such an impressive light in every respect. Do I wish it was a little bit slimmer in the head? Absolutely. But you're packing a lot of LEDs and you're packing a very large reflector in there. So I understand why it's got to be so big. If you want a little bit smaller, get the EDC 33. It's the same light, just scaled down a little bit. And I think its max output is the 3000 lumens, which is still a ridiculous amount. It's crazy. But for me, this is the one. It's utterly ridiculous. Now, let's go outside. Let's see what it really does. Not only see how crazy bright it is, but let's see how far out it's going to punch out and see how effective it really is. And then you're going to see, I think you're going to see why I love this thing the way that I do. And it doesn't hurt that it's got that great party trick. Yeah, that's fun. It's ridiculous. But again, so is this thing. It's ridiculous, but it's fun. We're all like overgrown children. We like things that glow in the dark, so why not? But I'm going to say this right now. I see in my future buying an all-black version. It doesn't have all the fancy glow stuff on it, just because I really, really like the look. And I think it ends up being a little bit more practical in the end. Anyway, that's it for the studio stuff. Let's take it outside and see how she runs. And here we begin our magical nighttime adventure, starting off on low. The ultra low you weren't even able to see, so I went straight to low, medium, and now there's the standard high. And trust me, that's enough to light up any path as you're walking around. And as we make our way to the 3000 lumen mode, lights up so much more. And yeah, the glow stuff, it could be a little bit gimmicky, I'll give you that, but it's fun and it's really, really cool. Continuing on here on high, I wanted to put the light out in front of me so that you could see I'm not pressing it to give the lumen shield, and I wanted you to see a little bit of that glow in the hand as well. Now, going to throw the light across the water into that tree line, this is far more impressive than I expected it to be. Not only is it reaching into and through that line of trees, but it's lighting up a very large diameter area, much larger than anything else that I brought out here to test. Going across the water to the other dock, even almost lighting up the house, pretty darn impressive. Now making our way back up the dock, you can see if you were using this in a regular high mode, how it lights everything up. You hear something up in the trees, boom, scan up there, throw it on the lumen shield, and there's nothing that isn't illuminated. Using the lumen shield down in the water, I can see into that murky water. Again, going for distance and bright light all the way around. Now back to normal, just kind of walking around, tracing back and forth. Here's something behind you. Maybe it's a serial killer with a machete. You'll find him before he finds you with that crazy bright light. I want to thank you as always for watching. Please subscribe and come back. I've got more coming up for you.